Well, several proposed state maps redrawing Wisconsin's legislative boundaries are now in the hands of the state Supreme Court. The majority of those new proposals still favor a Republican majority, but reduce the preference across the total number of districts represented.
Our political reporter Darielle Fair has the latest from Democrats and Republicans who submitted their maps for consideration. Darielle?
Proposed maps for the Assembly would keep Republicans in the majority anywhere between a 1-seat margin or its current 29-seat margin. Maps drawn by Republican lawmakers would maintain the current 64 to 35-seat margin in the Assembly. I spoke with Senator Mark Spreitzer, one of 5 Democrats named in the lawsuit filed last year challenging the state's legislative maps. He says the state's current maps do not represent the people voting in Wisconsin.
On the map that we submitted, Republicans would probably have a slight advantage in the Assembly, and Democrats would probably have a slight advantage in the state Senate. A fair map shouldn't guarantee us a majority, but it should give us a chance to compete for one, and I believe that's the map we submitted.
Rick Essenberg, president of the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, says the maps his organization submitted to the courts were drawn with consideration to an expected partisan outcome, using the current redistricting criteria for compactness and contiguity. Essenberg says he didn't agree with the claims that the state's current maps were gerrymandered.
When politicians draw maps, they're going to try to draw the maps that are most favorable to them. But I wouldn't say that that constitutes a gerrymander. Certainly, I don't think it's one that can be constitutionally attacked or evaluated by courts. And that's not what the court did here. The court did not find that the state's maps were gerrymandered. It found that they were non-contiguous because there were these little municipal islands.
The court is now set to review all 7 proposals prior to March 15. Those new districts would need to be redrawn and enacted for the state's August partisan primary. If the court does choose one of those proposed remedial maps, voters can expect to see more competitive primaries for future elections.